I'm going to show you how we do a small scale maple syrup production at our house. We've been doing it this way for a couple years, and our method is very simple, and I would like to encourage anyone that you could do it at your house too. So what we do is we just use these 5-gallon buckets that I have gotten from people on Facebook Marketplace. They're usually around $1 to $2, and I'll put one of these at the base of each tree, and we have these 3-foot taps. Each one has a tap, and it has about 3 foot of tubing on it. We will put 1 or 2 of these per bucket, and then we will just put the lids on loosely. I like to snap it down in 1 or 2 places. I know these are stuck together, but I'll get them unstuck. And then really all that we use is a drill and a hammer to put these in the trees. And we are using a 5/16 inch bit because that is the size of the taps that we have. After we drill the holes, we just will, I started it. After we drill the hole, we'll just gently tap this in with the hammer. And yeah, I'll try to show you guys the process, but it's very easy. Eventually we might like to run tubing and have it all connected together. But for now, this works great, and my kids love this process. They love getting the sap every year and drinking it and making the maple syrup. So it's a fun process. So I will try to video a couple steps along the way, but this is one of our sugar maples, and I don't know if you'll be able to see from there. I'll get another video of it. But you can kind of see where we have drilled over the years. These trees have actually been in the family for a long time. So, like my kids' great-grandparents were actually getting sap from these trees. But basically what we try to do is that we try to find a hole from the previous year, and you always want to try to go at least 4 inches up and 4 inches over from that hole, just so that the tree can recover. Because anytime that you're putting a hole in the tree, it's creating a wound in the tree, and you know, bacteria and stuff can get in there. So what the tree does is it tries to heal, and it will heal those little holes, but there will be a little bit of scar tissue around those. So you always want to keep going, working your way around the tree. You also don't want to put too many taps per tree. I think the rule is, I can't remember the exact rule, but we usually just put one tap in this tree. I think it's any tree over 10 inches you can put 1 tap, and then as it goes up in size you can add more taps. We just use our method. We just use gravity. We don't use a vacuum pump or anything. Sometimes if people run many trees together, they could have even miles of tubing, and all of the tubing goes back to 1 or more central points, and they can even have a vacuum pump on that tubing that kind of pulls even more sap out of the tree. I am not sure if I have an opinion yet or not, if that's good for the tree or not. I tend to think that whatever the tree gives on its own is enough, but I would have to look into that more. We may do a vacuum pump eventually, but I would like to research it more first, just to see if it would harm the trees at all. So anyway, this is how we do it now, and we'll show you the steps along the way. Thank you. All right, I'm going to show you how I drill the holes, and we're using 5/16 inch taps, so we're also using a 5/16 inch bit. And for these, I'm trying to go about 1.5 inches in, so about this far in, give or take, like it, you know, somewhere between here and here. And how you want to drill into the tree is you want to look and see where the scars are. The older scars don't matter as much, but like this one, I don't know if that, I think that one's more recent. So you want to go at least 4 inches up or down, and then 4 inches over. So like right around in this area. I might try to do right around in here, or I could even come down here. So then once you find the spot you want to do, you put your drill up against the tree, and you don't want it exactly parallel. You want it angled a little bit. Not like this, but just like maybe 10% down. And then you want to try to drill in and out as straight as possible. If you wiggle it back and forth like that, it can make the hole wider in certain spots, and then it can leak around your tap. And then you want to just slowly try to get all the sawdust out. And you can blow it out if you want. And then you want to take your, just keep it there. You want to take your tap, set it in the hole, and
is it flowing?
You want to angle this in the direction where your bucket's going to be. I already have another tap over here, so I'm going to try to angle it down so both of these taps can go in the same bucket. Then you gently tap it in, and that's it. Hey, so we finished putting all the taps in this year, and it's about a week later after I started the first video, but I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough and show you all the buckets we have, and have a couple more thoughts at the end. I'm gonna start from this side. These two trees we just have one tap in. I'll just walk along here, show you guys. So that was 2 buckets, so 3, 4, 5. We have 4 down here, 6. We have down here. One on this huge old sugar maple tree. I just love this tree. We have this huge tree, and then we have another really large tree there. And then this is an old driveway for actually horse-drawn carriages, so here's another one. So I don't know how many we have total, maybe 16 buckets, but yeah, so we just have this path to walk on, and we can get all of the sap. I won't go all the way down, but all right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and just enjoyed seeing how we do maple syrup. This has been such an easy way to do it for us. The buckets do take some storage to store, but they work really well. They're easy for the kids to help with, and yeah, it's been fun. So it's actually really cold again. I could have waited probably another week to put the taps in, because we had one day that it flowed a little bit. It got up to 38, but it was kind of cloudy, so they didn't really run very well that day. And I think it's going to be at or below freezing for the next 10 days. So but you never know. Like, you try to look at the forecast, and you also have to figure out when you have time to put them in. So I just decided to put them in. Once you put the taps in, you have about 6 weeks, if you're lucky, before the tree heals up the tap hole, and it will stop flowing out of that hole. So ideally you want to try to time it right so that you tap them right at the beginning of the season, and then you have a good run for a couple weeks. But I think it's fine. It'll work. Last year we tapped, I think it was at the end of, it was in January sometime, and it's already almost the middle of February. So it's just been a lot colder of a winter, and I love winter, so I'm happy about that. But hopefully we will have a slow warm up to spring, so we will have those fluctuating temperatures that we need, and it won't just get warm really quickly all of a sudden. So, well, thank you guys for following along. I hope you guys try this out. It's really fun.